Hello, my lovely Libras. I have a special treat here for you. Cupcakes, because I know how much you love cupcakes. Actually, the cupcakes are really just to get you here. And now that I've got you here, I want to talk about the Divine Lesson of Libra. Now, I have a lot of Libras in my life, and without a doubt, the Divine Lesson of Libra is about learning how to love yourself so that you have love to give to another. Because I see so many Libras time and time again with almost every Libra that I've ever known. They give and they give and they give and they give so much to other people that you reach this point where you're just burnt out. You have nothing left to give. And that's where we kind of see the shadow side of Libra, is because Libra is the sign of balance. If you're not balancing yourself out by giving love to yourself as well, then your scales get unbalanced. And it can really just wreak havoc on all your relationships and therefore your life, because your life is about relationships. As a Libra, your life is about relationships. So when your relationships aren't going well, it feels like your whole world is crumbling, right? So while we're on the subject of sweets, another one of your lessons is to actually cut back on the sweets. So I know that as a Libra, you love your sweets, you love everything to be cupcakes and rainbows, but you can't be cupcakes and rainbows all the time. You have to, again, balance that out. So, one of the things that you can do is, instead of, eating cupcakes as a meal, which you might like to do sometimes, you can, I know it's really good if you can get those like chocolate covered almonds that just have like a thin layer of chocolate. The almonds will ground you, so you'll still be getting that sweetness that you like, but you'll also have that grounding and that nutrition from the almond. So any kind of flavored nuts, chocolate covered almonds, chocolate covered anything. It doesn't even have to be chocolate covered, but I just know that you would probably enjoy that. And another thing you can do, because as a Libra, you probably get headaches from not drinking enough water and eating too much sugar. So I have a life hack for you, Libra, on how to drink more water. Infused water. So this isn't the most beautiful one I've ever made, but I really like infused water for you because you love beauty, and infused water is beautiful. I mean, this isn't the most beautiful one I've ever made, but it's so beautiful and it tastes beautiful. And I just know a lot of Libras that like just regular water is a little too boring for them. So I feel like, having a wine glass with some infused water in it with like berries, or having something like this. A cucumber mint is my favorite. Cucumber and mint is my favorite for infused water. They didn't have mint at the store, so this is actually basil. Let's see how it tastes. I think I definitely prefer the mint, but not bad. Yeah, so just putting some cucumber and mint into a pitcher of water and letting it sit overnight, and you can actually reuse the cucumber and mint. Like, you can get like, I think 2 or 3 pictures of infused water from using the same cucumber and mint. Or berries if you prefer. So definitely drink more water and cool it on the sweets, Libra. Now, back to relationships. So I want to show you something. this is a champagne tower, okay? So you can think of the champagne as love. The champagne represents love. And the top champagne glass is you. And everybody else is the other champagne glasses. Now, in order for you to give love to everyone else, your cup has to be all the way full first. All the way full. So you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're only focused on other people and giving other people love and pleasing other people, it's like you're trying to pour from an empty cup. It's like, maybe it works, but I mean, really, your cup needs to be full all the way first. That is your divine lesson. You need to fill your own cup all the way with love so that the love can spill over onto everyone else. And you can actually give from a loving place instead of just a habitual place or like a resentful place, because you're not getting what you're giving, right? So you have to give it to yourself first. I hope that makes sense to you with the analogy and everything. So yeah, putting yourself first, balancing yourself with your relationships, that's a huge lesson for you. It's a hard one too. I think it's a lesson that we all need to learn, but it's particularly important for Libras. I just had to center myself because I know how much you love symmetry, Libra. I know you're all about that symmetry. Okay. And if you are drinking enough water and cutting back on sweets and you still have headaches, try cutting out sodium. So another one of the divine lessons of Libra is to not allow other people to walk all over you. Because you're ruled by Venus, because you're very agreeable, very charming, very polite, sometimes you can be too much so, and you need to tap into the energy of Mars and really put your foot down and stand up for yourself in relationships. If you're a Libra rising, then Aries rules your 7th house. And the reason why Aries rules your 7th house and you're always attracting these Aries people is because Aries is there to teach you how to stand up for what you want and need in relationships. So pay attention to those lessons. You don't have to take it to a selfish extreme, but just standing up for your wants and especially your needs in relationships is very important for you. And another thing, Libra, Virgo rules your 12th house. So you can be a little bit disconnected from reality sometimes. And you might be waiting on a partner to help sort of clean up your life, but don't wait for that. Don't do that. The best thing for you to do is not to find a partner to clean up your life for you. It's actually to become conscious of your own Virgo energy and really tap into that Virgo energy so that you can become more detail-oriented and more in touch with reality and the responsibilities of reality. Another one of the divine lessons of Libra is learning how to just make a decision. You can be very indecisive and, you have to choose right now, do you want to spend your whole life wondering what would have happened? Or do you want to just make a choice and maybe it'll be the wrong choice, maybe it'll be the right choice, but at least it's a choice, Like at a certain point you have to just decide. And if it turns out to be a mistake, then you learned a lesson. And that's great because life is about lessons and learning from your lessons. So If you're having trouble making decisions, if you're really, really just struggling with indecision, I would actually recommend tarot and oracle cards. Because tarot and oracle cards are an excellent way to communicate with your higher self. And communicating with your higher self can really help you with decision making. So, shameless self-promotion, you should hire me to read your cards for you. Or, of course, you can always read them yourself, but if you feel like you need some guidance with that process, I would be more than happy to read the cards for you. My email will be down in the description box below. I also offer astrology readings, of course. Many different types of readings. I offer natal chart readings, which is where we look at your birth chart, which is basically a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born. I do synastry readings, which is comparing two charts together in a relationship. And I do Draconian chart readings, which is the chart of your most recent past life. I do progress chart readings, which talks about how your chart changes over time. And then I also do astrocartography, which is where we take your natal chart and we input that information into a map, and it shows you where exactly in the world you're likely to feel certain energies. So if you would like to book a reading with me, Libra, I would absolutely be thrilled to do your reading. Please do send me an email. My email will be in the description box of this video. Thank you so much. And finally, the last divine lesson that I'm going to talk about in this video is not just looking at the surface of things. Look beyond the surface of things. As a Libra, you can tend to be very concerned with appearances and how things look on the surface, but don't allow yourself to become too superficial in that way. So, an example of this would be with cars and women. Venus, your ruling planet, rules both cars and women. Now, that car might be beautiful, but does the engine work? That woman might be extremely gorgeous, but is she sane? You know? So looking beyond the surface of things, looking deeper into things, is definitely one of your divine lessons. That doesn't mean to abandon surface things, because as a Libra, part of your destiny is to create beauty in this world. But just don't become too hyper fixated on that outer beauty that you forget about what's beyond the surface. So that is all of the lessons that I have for you today, Libra. Thank you so much for watching this video. And again, if you are interested in booking a card reading or an astrology reading with me, the email where you can reach me will be in the description box. Thank you so much. If it makes you feel any better, this is like not a real cupcake. It's been sitting on my altar for months. It's hard as a rock. You can't actually eat this. And then this one, the lady like grabbed it with her finger. Like, who does that? She grabbed it, like she grabbed the top of it with her whole hand, and it has like a finger dent. And this one, I took a big bite out of it. Anyways, drink your infused water, Libra. Cheers.